Have you ever met someone who just gets you? Someone who makes you feel like you're the most important person in the room, even when the world feels like it's falling apart. These people are rare. They're the ones who don't just say they care, they show it. And if you're lucky enough to have someone like this in your life, you better hold on to them. Because today, we're talking about the 4 things that make someone truly irreplaceable. If they do these for you, trust me, you'll never want to let them go. Stick around. This might just change the way you see your relationships forever. Let's face it, relationships can be complicated. Whether it's a partner, a friend, or even a family member, we all want to feel valued, understood, and supported. But how do you know when someone is truly worth keeping in your life? That's where these 4 things come in. These are the actions that go beyond words, the ones that show genuine care, loyalty, and love. If someone does these for you, they're not just a part of your life, they're a part of your growth. And that's something you don't want to lose. They show up when it matters. Showing up isn't just about being physically present. It's about being emotionally present. It's about being there when life gets messy, when things don't go as planned, or when you're feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. Example, think about the last time you were going through a tough breakup, lost a job, or faced a family crisis. Who was the first person you called? Who showed up without hesitation? Why it matters. Life is unpredictable. We all face challenges, and sometimes, those challenges can feel overwhelming. Having someone who shows up during those times is like having a lighthouse in a storm. It gives you direction, comfort, and hope. Example, maybe it's a friend who drove hours to be with you after a loss, or a partner who stayed up all night to help you finish a project. These moments matter because they show you're not alone. The difference between words and actions. Anyone can say, "I'm here for you," but not everyone actually is. The people who show up are the ones who prove their love through actions, not just words. Example, think about it. Did they just send a text saying, "Let me know if you need anything," or did they show up at your door with your favorite coffee, ready to listen? How to recognize someone who shows up. They don't wait for you to ask for help. They anticipate your needs. They're the ones who check in on you regularly, who remember the little things, and who make you feel seen and valued. Example, maybe they remembered your big presentation and texted you good luck, or they surprised you with a meal when they knew you were too stressed to cook. 5. Why you should never lose them. People who show up when it matters are rare. They're the ones who stick around when everyone else walks away. They're the ones who make you feel like you matter, even when you're at your lowest. Example, if you have someone like this in your life, don't take them for granted. These are the people who make life worth living, even on the hardest days. Take a moment to think. Who in your life has shown up for you when it mattered most? Maybe it's a parent, a friend, or a partner. And here's the thing. Have you shown up for them in return? Relationships are a two-way street, and showing up is one of the most powerful ways to show someone you care. Showing up is just the beginning. The second thing someone who's truly irreplaceable does is push you to be your best self. Stick around. This one might just inspire you to level up in your own life. They listen without judgment. Listening without judgment means giving someone your full attention without interrupting, criticizing, or trying to fix them. It's about creating a safe space where they can be completely themselves, without fear of being misunderstood or judged. Example, think about the last time you shared something deeply personal. Did they listen with empathy, or did they immediately jump in with advice or opinions? 2. Why it's so powerful. When someone listens to you without judgment, it's one of the most validating experiences you can have. It makes you feel seen, heard, and valued for who you truly are. Example, maybe it's a friend who listened to you vent about a bad day without telling you to just get over it, or a partner who let you cry without trying to solve your problems. 3. The difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is passive, it's just acknowledging sound. But listening, that's active. It's about being fully present, making eye contact, and showing that you care about what the other person is saying. Example, think about it. Did they put their phone down and look you in the eye, or were they distracted and only half paying attention? 4. How to recognize someone who listens without judgment. They don't just wait for their turn to speak, they truly engage with what you're saying. They ask thoughtful questions, reflect back what they've heard, and make you feel like your thoughts and feelings matter. Example, maybe they said something like, "That sounds really tough. How are you feeling about it now?" Instead of jumping straight to advice or criticism. 5. Why you should never lose them. People who listen without judgment are rare. They're the ones who make you feel safe to be vulnerable, to share your fears, your dreams, and your mistakes. They're the ones who help you feel less alone in the world. Example, if you have someone like this in your life, don't take them for granted. These are the people who help you heal, grow, and feel truly understood. Take a moment to think. Who in your life listens to you without judgment? Maybe it's a friend, a family member, or a partner. And here's the thing, are you that person for someone else? Listening without judgment is a skill, and it's one of the greatest gifts you can give to someone you care about. Listening without judgment is a cornerstone of any strong relationship, but it doesn't stop there. The fourth thing someone who's truly irreplaceable does is make sacrifices without keeping score. Stick around. This one might just change the way you think about love and loyalty. What does it mean to push someone to be their best self? Pushing someone to be their best self isn't about forcing them to change or meet unrealistic expectations. It's about believing in their potential, even when they don't see it themselves, and encouraging them to grow in ways that align with their values and dreams. Example, think about a time when someone encouraged you to take a risk, like applying for a job you didn't think you were qualified for or pursuing a passion you'd put on hold. How did that make you feel? 2. Why it's so important. We all have moments of self-doubt, fear, or complacency. Having someone who pushes you to be your best self is like having a personal cheerleader and coach rolled into one. They help you see what's possible and give you the courage to go after it. Example, maybe it's a mentor who challenged you to step outside your comfort zone, or a partner who encouraged you to prioritize your health and well-being. The difference between pushing and controlling. Pushing someone to be their best self comes from a place of love and respect. It's not about controlling them or imposing your own goals on them. It's about helping them unlock their own potential. Example, think about it. Did they say, "You're capable of so much more," or did they say, "You need to do this because I said so"? The first is empowering. The second is controlling. 4. How to recognize someone who pushes you to be your best self. They don't just accept you as you are, they challenge you to grow. They're the ones who ask tough questions, hold you accountable, and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Example, maybe they said something like, "I know this is hard, but I believe in you," or "You've come so far. Don't give up now." Why you should never lose them. People who push you to be your best self are rare. They're the ones who see your potential, even when you can't, and they're willing to invest their time and energy to help you reach it. They're the ones who make you believe in yourself. Example, if you have someone like this in your life, don't take them for granted. These are the people who help you become the best version of yourself. Take a moment to think. Who in your life pushes you to be your best self? Maybe it's a friend, a family member, or a partner. And here's the thing, are you that person for someone else? Pushing someone to be their best self is one of the greatest gifts you can give, and it's a two-way street. They make sacrifices without keeping score. What does it mean to make sacrifices without keeping score? Making sacrifices without keeping score means giving freely, without expecting anything in return. It's about putting someone else's needs above your own, not because you have to, but because you genuinely want to. And here's the key, they don't hold it over your head or use it as leverage later. Example, think about the last time someone went out of their way to help you. Maybe they canceled plans to support you during a tough time or spent hours helping you with something important. Did they ever bring it up again, or did they just do it because they cared? 2. Why it's so powerful. Sacrifices are a true test of love and loyalty. When someone makes a sacrifice for you without keeping score, it shows that they value your happiness and well-being as much as their own. It's one of the most selfless acts of love there is. Example, maybe it's a parent who worked extra hours to pay for your education, or a friend who dropped everything to be there for you during a crisis. These moments stay with you because they're rooted in pure, unconditional care. 3. The difference between sacrificing and resentment. Sacrificing without keeping score comes from a place of love, not obligation. The moment someone starts keeping track of what they've done for you, it shifts from being selfless to transactional. And that's where resentment can creep in. Example, think about it. Did they say, "I did this for you, so you owe me," or did they simply say, "I'm here for you, no matter what"? The first creates pressure. The second creates trust. 4. How to recognize someone who makes sacrifices without keeping score. They don't make a big deal out of what they've done for you. They don't expect praise or repayment, they just want to see you happy and thriving. And when you try to thank them, they often downplay their actions, saying, "It was nothing." Example, maybe they stayed up all night to help you finish a project, or they gave up something they wanted so you could have what you needed. These are the people who give without expecting anything in return. 5. Why you should never lose them. People who make sacrifices without keeping score are rare. They're the ones who love you unconditionally, who put your needs first, and who never make you feel guilty for it. These are the people who show you what true love and loyalty look like. Example, if you have someone like this in your life, don't take them for granted. These are the people who make life feel meaningful, even in the hardest moments. Take a moment to think. Who in your life has made sacrifices for you without keeping score? Maybe it's a parent, a partner, or a friend. And here's the thing, are you that person for someone else? Sacrificing without keeping score is one of the most beautiful ways to show someone you care, and it's a two-way street. Now that you know these 4 things, take a moment to think about the people in your life. Do they do these for you? And more importantly, do you do these for them? Relationships are a two-way street, and it's up to us to nurture the ones that truly matter. If you're lucky enough to have someone like this in your life, don't take them for granted. Hold on to them. Love them. And if you've lost someone like this, it's never too late to reach out and reconnect. If this video resonated with you, I'd love for you to check out my next video, where we dive deeper into how to build stronger, more meaningful relationships. It's all about the little things that make a big difference. Click the link on the screen or in the description. I can't wait to see you there. Before you go, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I create content like this every week to help you live a more intentional, fulfilling life. And hey, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear about someone in your life who does these 4 things for you. Until next time, remember, the people who truly matter are the ones who show up, push you, listen, and sacrifice. Don't lose them. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.